Velocity banking seems to have become a new hot topic in the United States, and I was surprised as I hadn't heard of it before yesterday. Now, I've been in the debt help space for a long time, so I'm always a bit wary when there's something that pops up that I haven't heard of. So I decided to do a deep dive. And to be honest, I was so shocked at what I found that I wanted to put this video together as soon as possible. Now, to be completely straightforward, I'm not being sponsored by any product or service. I'm not trying to sell you any coaching or any courses. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I just want you to know that there's one crucial thing that you need to understand that makes velocity banking essentially useless for most people. Let's begin. Welcome to the Ascent Finance YouTube channel, where we specialize in unbiased financial information to help people get out of debt cheaper, easier, and faster, and put that information in simple, human understandable terms. My name is Ben, and I'm the co-founder here at Ascent. Now, this is for informational purposes only and shouldn't be used for any financial or legal advice. What I've been seeing with velocity banking is that there's a huge and often mistaken assumption that you can use your credit card or whatever instrument for all of your expenses. There's more problems with velocity banking that I'll cover in future videos, but this is by far the biggest red flag. And to illustrate this, let's go through a specific example. Now, before we go through the specific example, I want you to let you know that there may be instances where velocity banking is legitimate. So I'm going to ask 3 essential questions later on in this video that you can ask yourself to see whether you may be okay to do velocity banking. Now, let's look at this example. Now, I basically took an example that I'd found and I made the information anonymous, but the illustration is very important that you understand why this just does not work in many situations. So let's look at this. Now, in this specific example, we'll take a look at someone that has a take-home income of $6,500 per month. They have an unsecured debt amount of $23,000 and their expenses are $6,000, so their basic cash flow is $500 per month. When we look at their debts, let's look at their debts in this example. First, they have a car payment of $500 a month that they owe $30,000 on, a second car payment that's $300 a month that they owe $12,000 on, a fund vehicle that's $100 a month that they own $12,000 on. Next, they have credit card 1 that they owe $10,000 on, and that's a $200 monthly payment. After that, credit card 2 with a $4,000 balance and a $100 payment. Next, credit card 3, $6,000 balance and a $100 payment per month. Fourth credit card, $2,000 a month and $200 a month payment. And the last one, is credit card 5 with a $1,000 balance and a $50 a month payment. Now, in the example that I saw, the individual pitching the velocity banking said that instead of your income going to your savings or checking account that you basically get no interest, that it would go to credit card 1 with the balance of $10,000. So the balance then is reduced to $3,500, right? And then you add the expenses and pay off those expenses with that credit card of $6,000, and then you get back to a balance of now $9,500, and then you use that credit card to pay off all your expenses, such as, and this is what the person put in their example, or something slightly like this. You pay off your fund, you pay off your fund vehicle, your rent, your electricity. You pay off your food, and you pay off your gas and your car payment, and you pay off your clothes and your Amazon Prime and your car insurance. And so here's the major problem with this example. The biggest expenses here that this individual added to the list cannot be paid with a credit card, okay? Or if it can't be paid with a credit card, you're gonna be paying additional fees to pay with a credit card. So I really wish this person would have put this in an example, because it almost makes velocity banking useless in this example. So you have a car debt of $800, cannot pay with your credit card. You have other debt, cannot pay with your credit card. You cannot pay credit with credit, right? You have your electricity, often I cannot pay that with my credit card, maybe you can. And especially rent, which is one of the basic expenses. Let's say it's $2,500 here, cannot be paid with a credit card unless you have to pay the fees on top of it. So $4,350 of your $6,000 in expenses cannot be paid with a credit card. So velocity banking here is essentially useless or much less beneficial to you. But should you do it for your other expenses? Let's look at 3 essential questions to ask yourself to decide whether velocity banking is potentially right for you. First, what percentages of your expenses each month cannot be paid with a credit card? In the example above, an astounding 73% could not be paid with a credit card. So if you're looking at this example, you're probably wondering, like, it's just not worth it in that situation potentially. Now, let's say let's kind of take the reverse. 90% of your expenses can be paid with a credit card. Now, the other question to ask yourself is, can you direct deposit money from your paycheck into your credit card? If you look at my Paystub terminal, you'll see that I have to send it to a bank, and there's a delay from the bank payment to credit card transaction. So you have to consider whether this is actually worth your time to do some extra hassle of sending your money somewhere else. And third, and the kind of going to the question I kind of just said, is the extra hassle of itemizing all your expenses where you can use a credit card and then trying to send your funds directly to your credit card worth your time? I'll plan to make an additional video shortly because I want to dig in and see if there's an instance where velocity banking is worth the hassle. I'm not convinced yet it's worth my time, but I'm gonna try to do that. So what's next? I hope this video has been helpful to see that velocity banking could be useless for the majority of people. I'll plan to create additional content. I wanted to get this out quickly because I think that it's really important that people understand this right away. But I'll try to come out with additional content, simplifying velocity banking while giving alternatives and maybe seeing if there is an actual option where it actually makes sense. If you have any questions, please comment below as I will answer them as soon as I can. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day.